Well, there's so much to say, and I'm so excited about what's been going on lately. This has been, I think it started like last fall, where I started considering my options for this book, this um, 8 book series that I've been wanting to put out. And I kept examining the different options. I've been traditionally published all, all this time. And I realized that I did not like the restrictiveness of the traditional model. So I went to indie publishing for my last book, which is How to Write a Novel That Sells. But I missed the distribution because when you get in with a publisher, you get access to Ingram, not Ingram Sparks, Ingram. Ingram is the distribution company that ships worldwide. It's the system that the bookstores go into when they want to see, is your book in their system? That's Ingram. It's like the Amazon of bookstores and libraries and also schools. So missing out on that access was a big deal to me. So I was doing a lot of talking to various people and researching and thinking about how this could be done. And I did some research about what an indie author has a book on Amazon. What does that mean? And I found out that Amazon does not demand exclusivity. Publishers do. Amazon is more of a distributor. They do publish with KDP, Kindle Direct, but they are not exclusive like a publisher is. So if Amazon is not exclusive, if you choose the KDP Select, that means that your ebook only is exclusive with them for 90 days. You can go in and deselect that, and when the 90 days is over, it doesn't renew, and you get all your rights to do with that ebook as you will. So that's the only restriction from Amazon. And so that led me to think, well, what is it? What is holding people back? Because I published with 2 hybrids over the last couple of years. And when you publish with either traditional or hybrid, you don't have access to your Amazon back office. You can't change anything. They set it up. If you don't like the way the categories or whatever is, you can't go upgrade that. You have to talk to the publisher because they're the ones with the right to go in there. And if they tell you you keep your rights, all that means is that you get to tell them when you want your rights back. So if you don't want to publish with them anymore, you just say, I don't want to publish with you anymore. And they say, fine. And they give you the rights back to do whatever you want. But while they are your publisher, you do not have the right to sell the book aside from them. And so that led me to thinking, what if there was a publisher who didn't have that exclusive rights? What if the publisher would allow you to sell your own books as well as going through them? Because Ingram only deals with publishers. And you have to prove that you're a bona fide publisher. You have to have 10 titles, an online presence. You have to show that you are in business. You have to have a business EIN number and all that, and a website with titles, different titles on it. So, Ingram has criteria, but it's criteria. You can match and meet those criteria and then be accepted with them. They don't really care how you get your books. They just want to know that you are a publisher. So what I have come up with is what I need and what I think a lot of people need, especially indie published authors, is a model where it is kind of a la carte, where you only pay for what you need. So along with the fact that you can keep your book on Amazon if you want, and then submit it to this publisher as a second edition with a new ISBN number, And then it can go in through that publisher to Ingram and worldwide distribution. You can go into any bookstore you want, any library, and it's in their system. And you're a local author, or, however you want to do that. You can do what you want with it once you're into Ingram. So that is one piece of it, a different way of dealing with the authors. And the second piece of it is it's expensive. The recent hybrid publisher that I checked, who does this a la carte method, where you kind of select, they do have a baseline. You have to get the cover there. You have to get the layout there. Is $3,500. And I have 8 books. That adds up to a lot. For me, it adds up to a lot for anybody. And so my idea is that if you already have a book out with a cover, it's already got layout done, why not just keep that? You don't have to pay for it again. Or maybe you have a cover designer that charges $50 or $100 and you like their work. Why not just stick with them? Why pay a publisher to do that again? I don't think it's necessary. So the upfront cost for this publisher will be just the publishing piece, which is going to be way, way less than getting the whole thing done, and also locking in the high price, because the publishers they're hiring 5-star designers that charge a lot of money, and they're passing that on to the author, when you might have an avenue to get your cover done for much less and it's still a good cover. So the cost, so the accessibility to get your book into Ingram without having to trash everything you've done already, keeping that in place and just adding this on. And the second piece of a low cost entry point that you can afford. And so I have done my homework. I've checked. I talked to a lawyer. I've talked to other people. And what I have to do now is get the infrastructure, because Ingram looks at your website and your business entity and all of that to make sure you are a bona fide publisher. So I have to get all that into place, and before I can make the application to Ingram as one of their publishing houses that contributes to them. So I set up a GoFundMe, and that's why we're here, to get that infrastructure in place. I'm meeting with a web designer next week. She's the one who did my own website, and you can go see that. LanaMcAra.com is where my website is. They do a fabulous job. She also does the artwork, the logos, and all of that. She's got designers. It's a team. It's a company that I'm hiring, not just an individual. So that's one step. I'm working on legal right now, and then we need platform. We need to have systems in place, and customer relationship management software, and all of that, email programs, in-house infrastructure that we are going to need. So that's what I'm here for. And I just thank you so much. This has got so much potential. I have had people just mobbing me today. I put this on GoFundMe at 4 o'clock this morning. It is now 12:30 p.m. And I've had phone calls, text messages, you name it, of people saying, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. So this is a much needed service, and we're moving forward with it. It's going to happen. So thank you for your contribution. I'm offering a consultation. If you donate $100, you get a half-hour consultation. That's my normal rate. If you donate $200, you get a full-hour consultation. We can talk about your book project. We can talk about your marketing. We can talk about what you've done in publishing so far, what your options are, and what you need to do going forward. I will bring you all my expertise, my 30 years of experience in the publishing world, as a thank you for contributing. We are on to something here, and it's time to take our power back from Amazon as indie authors and get our message out to the world. get our books out to the world. They are good books. They are worthy books. No better, no worse. I mean, the stuff the publishers are putting out is no better than what we indie people are putting out. We just are not, we've got a closed door because of not having enough people on social media and all that craziness. So let's do this. Let's stick together and make it happen. Thank you so much for everything that you're going to do. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Bye now.